It's time for the Randy Mo Show, filmed in our Biddeford studio before a live audience, with your freshly brewed host, Dennis Coffey.
Good evening. Welcome to the Randy Mo Show. I'm your host, Dennis Coffey, filling in for Randy Morris. Well, let's not beat around the bush. I'd like to introduce our guest tonight, Steve CHARETTE.
Well, pleasure to meet you, Dennis. Thank
Likewise,
you so
Steve.
much for having me at the Randy Mo Show.
Now, you're telling us earlier you're a magician, illusionist / actor.
I am, yes. I've been very lucky doing this, for a long, long time. Being an actor for 10 years and being a magician for 40 years.
How'd you get started in magic?
I started at the age of 9 years old.
So you're 49?
Yeah, I wish. 57 this year, actually. I started going into my brother's room, sneaking in, and he had these magic tricks. I wanted to learn how it worked, and I would, figure them out and stuff like that. And, and he caught me a couple times, so that was the end of that. But I had an uncle as well that showed me some sleight of hand and showed me a coin trick, and I was like fascinated with that. I said, "How do you do that? How do you do that?" So if you really want to learn how to perform magic, go to the library, take out books on magic, and study and practice and find something that interests you in the magic books. So I did that, and I also saw a magic book on Houdini, Harry Houdini, which was a famous magician in the turn of the century. Escape artist. He started doing magic in sideshows before he became an escape artist. And he didn't make, he wasn't popular here as an escape artist until he went over to Europe first. And he got known there doing escapes out of jails and handcuffs. And Scotland Yard, he got out of the Scotland Yard prisons. So he came back here with all the newspaper clippings, and he passed them all over to the promoters at that time. And they said, let's try this guy out. And he added magic as well as escapes in his act, and became very popular.
It finally killed him, right?
Yeah, not necessarily did, but he was known as a great physical person, that he could hold, his stomach muscles, and some guy punched him in the stomach, his appendix erupted, and he died on October 31st, 1926.
Wow.
From appendicitis.
My goodness.
Yeah.
I thought he died in one of the escapes.
That's
in the movie.
Myth from the old Tony Curtis.
The Tony Curtis movie.
Lee,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's a little less glamorous than that.
It is. They have to make it. Hollywood has to make it totally different.
But so he was a sideshow in with all the freaks.
He was. He started
Wow.
at actually a circus called the Welsh Brothers Circus in 1895. He was known first as a king of cards. He used to do card manipulation. Did 10 acts per day, and on the sideshow circuit, and got a lot of his skill, his knowledge in magic by doing it in a repetitive way.
But towards the end, he was world famous. Like
he was
saying.
World famous.
Wow.
Yes, he was world famous, and he had quite a following back then.
So, do you have any other influences that you, David Copperfield, any of those guys?
Yeah, he was an influence in a way, but my mentor was a guy named Parker Swan, and he taught me a lot as a young magician. He says, if you want to make it big, do not copy anybody in the business. Be yourself. Develop your own personality, develop your own skill, your own magic.
Originality.
Originality is very important. Do not be someone else. When you're putting things together, anybody could do a trick. It's how you present the trick, but you got to practice it and put a little patter to it. And a lot of it is acting. You really got to put, some acting skill with the magic itself. Again, anybody could do a trick. You could do tricks off YouTube. There's tons of them you can learn, different things like that. But, it's all about the person. That's the magic part.
So do you do this, like work your way through college? Were you doing this in college?
I did, part-time I would do it. But I used to bartend back in the 80s, and I did magic behind the bar. So I, get a little more practice by doing that. And now to me, it's like driving a car. So it's all, it's in me. So I could just, learn the misdirection as
But it's not a hobby anymore.
It's not a hobby. It's a full-time business.
See, when I think about bartending, my experience with magic, I used to take the Lakeshore Limited from Boston to Chicago.
Yeah.
And the baggage man, Jim was his name, Jimmy, would entertain everybody in the lounge car with tricks. And I'd always say, take the Lakeshore Limited because you got to see this guy.
Made the time go by faster as you're traveling.
Made a lot of fun,
So that's a lot of fun. But I've been very lucky.
That train
to
was
do it.
always late too, by the way. That's another the Late Shore Limited we call it. So going on after school, I suppose you progressed to doing this part-time or full-time?
It was a part-time thing. You know, I went to college I was going to be a child psychologist, and I took theater classes in college as well. And theater got me hooked into more of the show business side, you know, instead of being a psychologist.
Well, being a bartender, geez,
you know.
That's a good lead in there, I tell you.
It really did help, you know, and taking psychology courses, you get to know about the people. But as I was younger, though, I was very, very shy. I was a shy guy. And
Interesting.
sort of magic broke me out of that mold of being shy, you know, which is kind of neat, you know, and I'm very blessed in that sense. But been very lucky, and through the years I progressed, and I worked on cruise ships. I worked the Canard Lines for many years and did close-up magic and stuff, which I'll show you a little later.
See, working in things like that, I liked working in hotels as a bartender because you see new people every day. They don't get on your nerves.
Absolutely.
So I suppose on a cruise ship, you just walk around from show to show.
Show to show, and I worked the lounges and doing it. I was very lucky to do that.
That sounds like a lot of fun. That
Canard
sounds like a really
Lines,
good gig.
Yeah, the Queen Elizabeth II is now no longer in business. It's a floating hotel in Dubai, so that's what it is now. But I also, you know, currently I'm working restaurants, performing close-up magic. Restaurants, a place in Worcester, Mass. Actually, West Boylston, called Finders and Keepers Pub. So I'm the magician. I work Thursday nights doing close-up magic, tableside. After people take their order, you know, the waitress takes their order, I go over and perform some magic, and then go to the next table, then the next table. And I'm never performing while the people are eating, so you want them to enjoy the dinner. And then if I get a request afterwards, I'll go to that table and do some more magic. But
that must be really well received. I think
it's a lot of fun.
Whoever thought of that, the manager, kudos to him.
It is fun, but it's a hard sell going into restaurants trying to sell yourself. But
I don't think it would be, but
it is in a way. But you know, they don't want to have the finances for another guy to be working. But I also work at another place called Southside Grill Margarita Factory in Gardner, Mass. too.
Okay.
On Sunday nights, and you know, it really brings back repeat customers on a weekly basis. You know, that's the whole idea of having a magician doing strolling magic. You know, doing a kids' night. It brings people back to see the magician. Oh, let's go see the magician.
So it sounds like you have a following then.
Yeah, I do.
In the Worcester area.
This Finders and Keepers, I've been there 11 years, and I just started this South Side about 1 year. Been doing that.
So that keeps you pretty busy.
Oh, it does. And then I do a lot of corporate shows, you know, trade shows, that type of thing. I do a lot of birthday parties and home birthday parties. But you know, it's a great job. I've been very lucky. Also, I'm in the comedy club circuit doing that. You know, I work with other comedians and I do comedy magic in clubs, and that's a lot of fun. You know, it's a little it's an R-rated show, but not a family type show.
Okay, well, we're PG here, but
yes,
we
are.
It's funny, you're talking about personalities, having your own personality. I think that's very important because I think the people, the magician comedians, I think of Penn and Teller.
Yeah.
And they really developed their own niche. You see, I have a personal connection. I waited on Penn Jillette.
That's amazing.
When I worked in Philly at an oyster house. And the funny thing is, he was, you know, in the show, he never shuts up.
Oh, right.
But in real life, he never says a word.
Doesn't say a word, exactly.
So, what do you think of their act? I mean,
they did very well for themselves because they're in Las Vegas right now doing a show. I believe they're at the Rio Hotel as a permanent performers. They, in the beginning, exposed magic, but they were like the bad boys of magic. But they would lead you into a path like we're exposing this, but at the end, they didn't. You know, they sort of gave you that ending, that big surprise, you know. But, you know, Teller's the one that doesn't talk.
Right.
And Teller was a good friend of my mentor, Parker Swan.
Okay.
They would correspond to each other, you know, and he's more of the historian part of the magic and the brains of the both of them, really, that develop their own magic illusions.
Well, like you said, Parker's a historian. How far back do illusionists go? I mean,
oh gosh, you know, they found on the walls in Egypt somebody doing the trick called the cups and balls, and you know, magic goes way back, you know, thousands of years.
Well,
old.
the Magi.
Yeah.
Visited Jesus. They were magicians,
That's
I guess,
right.
basically.
Supposedly, yeah.
Astrologers, but
yeah, soothsayers and and stuff.
The Romans were very fond, of course, of, they had performing bears, they had
Oh, absolutely.
a lot of street performers, things like that, so I'm sure
But
I wouldn't have doubted
in the
that.
popular sense, it came, the turn of the century, 1700s, 1800s, it was magicians that would travel. There's another magician named Howard Thurston that was competitive with, competing with Houdini at the time. There was so many magicians back then. Remember, they didn't have any television, so people went out to see shows, there was always,
Oh, for the good old days, I tell you.
The good old days.
Not looking at your screen,
Right, but people did that and stuff. But I've been very fortunate doing this as a full-time job.
You're very lucky.
I do the acting as a part-time job.
Well, let's get into acting.
Absolutely.
You're primarily a magician, but you also act.
I do act. I do roughly about 5 to 6 movies a year.
Fantastic.
Films. And I work with big companies like Columbia, Paramount. I just did one with Comedy Central, which will be airing April 20th. But
what have you been in?
gosh, the latest one I've been in is Ghostbusters, coming out this summer.
That's coming out, but
July 15th. I did American Hustle with Christian Bale, Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence. I've done The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale.
And that was set in the prison.
That we did in Billerica State Prison.
Tell us about that.
Well, I had to get clearance and in a background check first to make sure I didn't have any record before I'm entered into the prison itself. So my part was I had to play a con in that prisoner. And Christian Bale was in prison for that part, and Mark Wahlberg was visiting him. The Fighter's a really good movie. It's based on a true story about a fighter, a boxer.
Now, did you break out of the joint like Houdini did?
No, I didn't. But I worked in a closed set that day with about maybe 20 other actors, and working with Christian Bale. He's a nice guy, but he's a method actor. And Mark Wahlberg is a local guy from Dorchester.
Oh, sure. We had one of his cohorts on Natural Extreme on the show last season.
Oh, yeah. Very nice guy. Very down to earth. Very good guy to work with.
A pro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen his stuff. I like that.
Yeah. And I was
Perfect
fortunate
Storm.
to do Ted 2 with Mark Wahlberg as well. And I worked in that one and did a courtroom scene with him and Morgan Freeman. And Morgan Freeman was a great guy to work with as well. Just very fortunate to work with super people. Yeah.
Tell us about that. Like when you a typical day, like a shoot. Tell us, like, say.
Well, a typical day, you're in early in the morning. You get a call time to be maybe 6 o'clock sometimes. So you're leaving the house about 3 to 4 just to make sure you're at that particular set. You go in. Usually there's a holding area for background actors. That's what I do. I'm a background artist, background actor. You go to the holding set, and then you sign your forms. You're probably about 8 or 9 forms. You're just signing things and release and everything like that. Your tax information, so on and so forth. And then you go into wardrobe. You're probably fitted for wardrobe maybe the day before you go in. You do your wardrobe, and then you go into your makeup, and then your hairstylist. And then you have checks by the personal assistant, make sure everything is perfect on you and ready to go. Then you go back to holding.
You look marvelous,
darling. Then you go back into holding, and then you're just waiting to be called on to set for that particular scene. So sometimes you're waiting 2 to 3 hours till the set is all ready, and then you're called to do it. And you might be doing it 4 or 5 times. You do go through rehearsals, maybe 2 or 3 times. You do 3 or 4 different shoots because there's so many different camera angles, and then they have to make sure it's perfect what they want. Then you go back to holding, and you get ready for another scene. You're doing something.
So how long
else.
do you actually shoot?
A typical day is 8 to 9 hours. But
yes, but I mean, how long are you actually on camera?
Oh, maybe, for probably a 2-minute scene or a minute scene, it's probably, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes or so.
Wild.
So you're sitting there doing stuff over and over again, maybe longer, But,
it's interesting because it's very involved, and and people don't realize that. The reason I brought that up is, you remember Placido Domingo?
Yes.
Now, I remember as a teenager, I was in Spain with my folks, and they were filming a movie, and we had no idea who he was. He wasn't famous then. It's the early 80s. But it's all involved. He's on camera, and it was a scene from a comic opera, but basically I remember Domingo just going, he's on camera and they go, "You're on." He goes, "Prospecto," which means look up there at the balcony. Right. And that was it. And they were on for that one shot for like 2 hours.
That was it. It takes a long time. You know, you're setting up the scene. There's a lot of things involved with the lighting and the sound, and you know, there's so many things.
Well, we really, our director's a perfectionist too, so I understand.
Oh yes, he's a great guy too. But you know, behind the scenes, you see probably when you're filming a movie, 50 to 70 to maybe even 100 people behind the scenes. That's trying to make everything come out perfectly. You know, perfect. You know, storyline. But
now, speaking of perfection, you had a part in a movie that fared pretty well in the Academy Awards recently, did you not?
Spotlight.
And,
yes.
And full disclosure, our announcer for the show, Allison, and our guest last week had also had a role in that. But tell us about that.
I was lucky to be in a scene with Mark Ruffalo, and it was an outside scene being shot, and it was rainy that day too. So. Being an actor,
the show must go on, though, right?
The show goes well. Yeah, it's go on. But being in the Union Screen Actors Guild that I am, and you get what they call wet pay. So
beautiful.
You sort of get extra pay for doing the shot. But it was a really good, fun day. I did 2 days with him, and he's a really good actor to work with. Really fun. You know, my scene was basically just walking in the back of him. You know, doing the street scene, you know, walking back. You know, maybe I did it maybe 20 times, you know, in the rain. And that was just my part in Spotlight. It's a really good movie, and I'm glad it got the Academy Award for the Best Picture. You know, well deserved.
See, that's Allison's first IMDb entry.
Nice.
How do you top that, you know?
You can't. But we have, in the East Coast here, some of the best actors. You know, some of the best background actors.
That's good to know.
They really work hard. They're there anytime you need them, and you know they're very reliable. They're very professional, and I work with hundreds of them, and it's just a super cast to work with.
It's good. It means more work too for for all of us.
Oh, it does. You know, we're blessed to have that tax incentive in Massachusetts. You know, to film anywhere pretty much. In Mass, in New England, I should say, which is good.
See, I wish that Maine had a better tax plan because a lot of places would love to film in Maine, but we don't.
Beautiful state,
Yeah, so
I'm
hear that, Augusta.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I had a summer home in Wells, Maine, for 21 years.
Oh wow,
and,
lucky.
Yeah, and I'd in the summertime I would work a place called Vinny's East Coast Grill, running Route 1 in Ogunquit, actually.
Are they still around?
No, they're gone now. He was in business for 37 years. His father operated, then Vinny and his sister Sue ran it for many years, and then. Restaurant business is kind of tough and competitive.
Oh, sure.
Especially in the Maine area.
I've been in it, so I
know
quite well.
And I was
18-hour days.
I was lucky to work doing close-up magic up here in the summertime and just enjoy, the Wells area. It's just beautiful area. But, I recommend to come up here and vacation in Maine because it's a beautiful place to be. It's just great.
Glad to have you. Now, what do you have on the table now? You mentioned a movie earlier that it's coming out this summer.
Well, Ghostbusters is July 15th with Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, and a couple other actresses. I was lucky to be in that. I was cast as a New York City police officer.
Cool.
In that one. So that is coming out. That's going to be the summer blockbuster. Supposedly, we'll see what happens.
Well, the original did. I remember that back in the 80s. That was
it's coming
huge.
out the 30th anniversary of the original.
Any cameos from the?
There's some cameo. I won't give it away.
Okay, good.
There's some cameos. I won't give
no
away.
Spoilers.
No spoilers. It's storyline, but the trailer is out now. You can see the previews of Ghostbusters.
Now, Melissa McCarthy's pretty big. She did, of course, the TV show, right?
Oh gosh, I can't think of it. But she was on that TV show, and she did another movie that was very popular. Can't think of it right off, but. She's a hot item right now in Hollywood, so she's done well for herself. She's did really good, yeah. But it's a crazy business. It's a competitive business in the movie business. It's long hours. It's tough to get into. But if you really want to get into being an actor or a background actor, I would say start with independent films first. And
that's what I've done myself.
Do independents and then check out. some casting companies around New England. I work with Boston Casting, LDI Casting, Jody Purdy Casting, a couple other casting companies, and and you find out what's going on and stuff.
I
You go
intend to because I love to act. I love to ham it up.
Yeah, you go to casting calls and stuff, and a lot of them now just require your resume online, an 8x10 and stuff that you've done in the past, and that's in the computer bank, and they'll send you an email and say, hey, we're filming over here, or we're filming over there, or here's a casting call, and just see what's available, and but
That is your advice.
but you got to remember they are long hours, and when I did
know.
Ghostbusters, it was 12 14-hour days. It's a long time. It's a long, a lot of it was on my feet too. So
Okay. Well, I tell you what, Steve, this is getting a little bit too mundane. 12-hour days, I know it well.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yes.
You were telling us how you feel like doing some?
Absolutely. I brought some stuff. Is that okay? Yeah. I'm gonna come around.
Absolutely.
You can help me out. Is that all right? Excellent. Great, Dennis. Good. Here we go. We'll start out. What I have with me is a handkerchief over here. I want you to
Yes.
take that over there.
Okay.
Make sure just a regular handkerchief. Yeah, it's a silk.
Is it for showing or blowing?
Absolutely. There we go. Actually, we're going to roll up my sleeve so nothing
Okay.
goes up the sleeve. And they say if you take it very slowly, watch what happens. You take it, you place it inside the hand all the way down. Is it going inside? It certainly
Most
is.
of it.
Yeah, it goes all the way down like that. Now watch, we take that magic wand for me. And what I want you to do is just wave the magic wand over that. Watch carefully because that has now disappeared from the hand. That's good.
Sleight of hand.
Right of hand. There we go. In fact, if you just take it,
That's an oldie but a goodie.
oldie, just wave it over like that. Because watch, just keep an eye on it. There it is over here. There we go.
Fantastic.
And that's what we call close-up magic. There we go. Let me show you something with money over here.
I love money.
There we go. Money is always good. This has to
A necessary evil. But let's see. What do we have
money
there?
here. Well, you know what? You don't see them that often, but this is a $2 bill.
A $3 bill has Bill Clinton or Richard Nixon on
I
it.
think it does, yeah. Richard Nixon, I believe, yeah.
Go ahead.
There we go.
Where have you been, young man, first of all?
The
The $2 bills, you know where they hand them out? The gentlemen's clubs.
Yes, they do.
Whoever had that idea, too, deserves a raise.
Well, absolutely,
$2
yes.
bills, and those girls deserve it.
they're kind of rare now, so you don't see them anymore. This one actually is dated 1976.
Well, oh, yeah, the bicentennial thing. yeah.
Bicentennial. They say if you take it and fold it a certain way, like that, and you give it a little shake, watch what happens. You open it up, it turns into two George
ones.
Washingtons right over here. Check them out, make sure they're real. There
Well, I
it
don't know. I
is.
lived in Canada for a while, Stephen.
Did you live?
They
Yes.
always say all our money looks the same. It's all green and it's all dead white guys.
Well, Canada has some nice colorful money. But if we take the 2 ones, watch what happens, Dennis. Very slowly and very carefully, watch. We're going to take it and fold it like this, and fold it again. Give it a little shake again, watch. Turns back into the $2 bill.
Well, I tell you, bravo.
Oh, yes.
And I tell you, the Treasury Department definitely could use you because
certainly
we have
could,
definitely
yes.
a problem money management.
Well, absolutely, I think so.
Money supply, is that what it is?
Money
Fiscal monetary policy. What do we have?
Oh, we have no money inside there because it's an empty purse.
Right.
Yeah, nothing inside. But if I open that up, there's a little yellow ball, Dennis.
Okay.
It's kind of unusual. There it is over here. Now, they say if you take the yellow ball very slowly, very carefully, what you got to do is take it, you just got to give it a little slice with your fingers. Very carefully like that. Watch. If we did it. Yep, there's two of
I got
them
one
here.
word for that, and that's sharp.
Your
Your finger as well.
Okay.
Bravo, Mark.
I think Marie likes that back there. Now, which one do you like the best? We have a little thread on that one. You pick one.
I'll take the one on the left.
The one on the left, right over here. Good choice. Now, they say if you take this one over here, goes in that hand. I want you to take that one in your hand. You got to squeeze it tight. Don't let me get that. By tapping my hand, tapping your hand, and we say the magic word go. Watch
Go.
carefully because mine is gone. Very
And wait a
slowly
minute.
on the table. Open your hand up.
Wait a minute. Will there be two here?
Check it out. Nice. Good job.
You earn your pay, brother. You
Well,
definitely
yes,
earn your
okay.
pay.
Yeah, one, we have two. Pick one again. You pick one.
Let's go for the one on the right.
This one on the right this time. There we go. Over here. Take that one in your hand. Squeeze it really tight as you can. You have one. There it is. We'll take that magic one. I'll place mine right about there. We tap my hand and tap your hand, Dennis. Watch. This is what we call close-up magic because it's gone. Open your hand once again.
There are going to be two in here. Yeah.
There's one, there's two.
It's fantastic.
Now remember that little gold purse that we used? It's over here. Nothing's inside.
No.
But you know what? If I open that up, I could take out another one over here.
3 balls are better than 2.
Well, that's how we do it. There we go. Dennis, help me count them, okay? Now let's see if you take 1 there, 2 there. Hold on to those 2 in that hand. Squeeze it tight. Now if I take number 3, goes in that hand. We tap my hand and tap your hand. You have 2, I have 1. Now I have none. Open your hand very slowly. You got 3.
3 balls. One in the event of a let.
There we go.
The tennis
You're
players.
doing good. There's 1, 2, 3. Now we'll do it again. But this time, you know what? We're going to take 1 there, 2 there. This one goes inside my pocket all the way down. How many in that hand, Dennis?
2.
We have 2. No, we got 3. We'll start that again. There they are over there. We got 3 of them. Now this is a little sleight of hand. We're going to place 1 there, 2 there. I'll explain how this works. Now since you know how it works, how many in that hand? 1, 2, or 3?
There's 2, but I have a feeling there's going to be 4.
No, just a big coin, Dennis. Check.
I guess wrong.
That's a half a dollar.
Now this is this is
Oh my
this is
God,
a
we have an
lot.
applause.
This is a lot of fun. I see why you like this.
Oh, it is fun.
What else you get? What else you get in your bag of
we got
tricks?
plenty of magic over here. In fact, what I want you to do, we're going to take a smaller coin out over here. Take that in your hand. And
I got a
have
quarter.
A quarter. And I want you to write your initials on that quarter. And we're going to show the camera, the people out there. There we go. And make sure those are your initials. There you go. You got them? Okay.
I'm
Good.
right-handed,
Let's get
so I
rid
have
of
to
the
do that.
magic marker by just going like this. Give it a little toss up in the air. There we go.
Okay.
No, it's over here, Dennis. There we go.
Okay.
We'll place that right there. Show the camera your initials. There it is over there.
My initials.
There we go. Now, Dennis, we have
Right,
a little
correct.
box over here. There we go. I want you to place that coin
Put the quarter in the box.
in the box, and you can see the quarter is in the box right over here. Now, Dennis, I want you to take the box. We're going to make sure it's there. Can you hear it? Okay. Open your hand, palm up. There we go. I'm going to make a fist right over here. You got the quarter. I'm going to make sure it's still there. Yeah, it is still there. Now watch carefully. On the count of 3, I want you to say go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Go.
Shake that box for me. Open up that box. Open up that box all the way. Anything inside?
There's
Look
nothing in it.
because I have your quarter right over here. There it is over there. That is your quarter.
That's fantastic.
There we go. But we have some time. We time for more?
And that is absolutely. We
Oh,
more plenty of time.
Oh, we'll
What
grab that over here. Thank you, sir. We're going to place that right over here.
that rope looks ominous.
Yeah, let's do something with the rope over here. There we go. And we're going to take out this rope. I want you to take that in. And I want you to pull on that rope. Make sure it's solid. There we go. Is that a solid piece?
That's a solid
It certainly
piece.
is. And I have
Spaghetti,
some
it is not.
Scissors right over here. Dennis, would you take the scissors in your hand? I'll take the end right about there. Would you cut that
Don't
in?
run with them. That's very important.
Absolutely. There's one piece. Let's
One
toss
piece.
that over there. All right, let's take this piece over here. Cut that right about there.
Right there.
Excellent. Now, since you cut the ends very nicely, we're going to take the middle. And I'm going to have you cut the middle. That's the middle right about there. We'll bring that all the way up like that. Would you cut it right about there for me? Excellent job. We have 2 pieces of
String.
rope. Yeah.
Rope.
Wait a minute. They're not even though, are they?
No.
No. These are not even. I have an idea, Dennis. Let's start this whole thing over again, shall we? There it is over here. There we go. Let's try that again. Let's
We're
find
going to
the
cut
middle.
it again?
Let's find the
All
middle.
right.
There we go. Let's try that again. In fact, I'll take the scissors and watch. Let me know if I cut the rope. Did I cut the rope?
That's cut.
All right, sir. Let me trim these ends off again. There we go. Would you take that end over here for me? Watch very slowly, very carefully. Keep an eye on it. Watch. Back together. There we go.
Okay.
Pull it tight, solid.
That is solid.
We're going to show you how this one's done because I'm going to give one away to you, okay? All you need is a pair of scissors and a piece of rope. There
Trade
you go.
secrets are going to do.
Trade secrets.
All right, this is good.
This is how it works. We're going to take the middle of the rope. That's the middle. There we go. Bring that all the way up once again. Would you cut it once again right about there? Thank you, sir. We're going to take the scissors back. And once again, how many pieces we have?
You should have 2.
We have 2 pieces.
One's a little too short again.
Yeah, it's too short, but that's okay. I'm going to tie it together like that. And that's how I really do it. I tie it together. You don't believe that?
How do you-
Take that in your hand.
But how do you do it with one hand?
Well, if I just snap my fingers, watch that knot, Dennis. I'll bring that all the way over here like that. Watch that knot. I'll bring it all the way over here like this, Dennis. That is tied together. You can let go of the rope for me because when I take that knot,
Steve, I got a college degree, but this is way too complicated. It's
slide it off. There's the knot over there.
There's the knot.
There we go. Once again, I have a solid piece of rope, Dennis. There it is, right over here.
But how about the 2 you cut in the 2 you got in 2?
Well, an
This
applause. There we
this
go.
is
Thank you,
far too
production people.
complicated.
Let's do something a little. Do we have time? For
Yeah,
more?
we
Okay.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's take out some cards.
Cards are always great.
We'll do some cards over here.
Pick a card, any card.
Actually, we have a deck of cards there and a deck of cards over here. There we go. And these are actually from a casino called Bally's in Las Vegas. They're casino used cards. There they are right over here. There we go. Dennis, what we're going to do is cut them in half like that and give them a little shuffle just to make sure. There we go. In fact, let's shuffle face up, okay? You say stop at any time.
Stop.
Stop. Take that card. There we go. Look at that card. There we go. You can actually show the cameras, but don't show me. There we go. And let's take another deck of cards over here. We're going to make sure these are different cards as well. There they are. There we go. And Dennis, what I want you to do is touch any card that you like. Anyone you like. You want that? Keep your finger on top. If I bring it to the top, is that fair?
That's more than fair.
Okay, you can let go because we're going to take that card, place it right over here on the table. Remember, these are all cards, are all different as well. There we go. Now, Dennis, you stopped at one card. Turn your card over, which is what, a 7 of
Spades.
spades. Now, you had any choice of any one of these cards, did you not?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
That is the one I selected.
That's the one you selected. What would be the odds that you selected the 7 of spades?
I would say
as
the
well?
odds are astronomical. But what did we get up there?
Nothing up there. There we go.
I had to say that.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to have you sign your name going
Okay.
across that
On the
7.
card?
Big letters. There we go.
Initials or signature?
Your signature's fine. And then show the camera that it's your signature on that. We didn't set this up at all, did we?
John Hancock.
There it is over there. There we go. Place that right on top over here. In fact, let's cut the cards in half. There we go. And let's give them a little shuffle just to make sure. Again, oh, that's not a good shuffle. One more time. There we go. Get in there. Perfect. Perfect. Now remember your card. It is a 7 of spades, right?
7 of spades.
That's an ace of clubs. That's not your card. Would you take that ace? Would you rub that ace right on the box? Go like that for me. Turn over that ace. That is your card, the 7 of spades. There it is over here. But watch that 7 of spades goes back in the middle, Dennis. And let me give them a little shuffle just to make sure. Get in there. There we go. Perfect. In fact, let me shuffle face up again. Say stop at any time.
Stop.
Stop. Now, you could have stopped anywhere, right?
Anywhere.
Again, oh, that's not your card, is it?
No, it's not.
It is not. Watch.
Put it down there.
Well, keep an eye on that 4.
Okay.
If I take that 4, place it right there. Turn over that 4 for me. Is that your card? Let me know.
Come on, you.
There
That's my
it
card.
is, your card, right about there. The 7 of spades. Now watch, if I take that 7 of spades, goes back in the middle. And once again, we'll shuffle it really, really good this time. There we go. And Dennis, what I want you to do is touch your card and keep your finger on top. There we go, right there. I'll bring it to the top again. There it is. Now remember, you could have selected any card, right?
Absolutely
7 of
anyone.
spades is your card. There it is over there.
It keeps
There we go.
shows up like a bad penny or a bad quarter in this case.
It does. But if I take your 7 of spades, it goes at the bottom of the deck. There it is right there. Now watch it travel to the top. Here we go. See it go? Turn over that top card. Is that your card?
There it is.
There it is over there. There we go.
Okay.
Let's see if we can take that card. Let's place it back in the middle. Now we'll make sure it's not going to be on top. Is that your card?
No.
It is not. Is that your card?
No.
It is not your card. Let's see if we can find your card. Focus, concentrate on your card. What was the name of the card? 7.
7 of spades. And there it is with my
over there, the
signature.
7 of spades.
Fantastic.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to take it like this, and what I want you to do is place your fingers out like that for me. There we go. Bring one. We'll just use that hand there. There we go. Yep. Here's a 2 of spades, not your card. 2 of spades. Open your fingers. Squeeze it tight. You got the 2 of spades. Don't turn that over yet. 8 of diamonds and the 2 of spades will switch places. Hold it tight. You get the 2 of spades. Hold it tight. Wait a minute. I think I got it this time. I got the 2 of spades. That's your card. Show everybody over there. There it
7 of
is.
spades.
There we go. One last time. Want to take it? Dennis, you play cards, you said, right?
A little bit. Not
do you-
a lot,
What do
but
you play?
blackjack.
Blackjack. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good game.
yeah.
Shuffle those up for me.
Okay.
Like you're playing blackjack.
We'll do it on the table, actually.
Well, I like to, use the table. There we go. Excellent.
Once is enough.
Oh, that's
Okay.
perfect. That's perfect. Thank you so kindly. Now watch, we're going to show you how we find the card the blackjack way. Let's take the cards right about there. Let's cut them right about there. And that's 2 years of college right there, Dennis. Now watch. Is that your card?
No.
No. Is that your card?
No, it isn't.
No. Say stop.
Stop.
That's your card right there. Thank you very much. That's not your card either?
No.
Wait a minute. I'll tell you what. We'll do it in a crazy, magical, mystical way. Make believe, pretend you take out a card. Just go like that. Good. Pretend. Yeah.
Pretend. Okay.
Pretend. Now fold that in half. Fold it again. And let's toss it. You see that box right there? Toss it in that box. Pick up that box for me. Reach inside that box. Something inside there?
And it's folded 4 times.
There
That's fantastic.
Thank you. How we doing? Should we do some more?
Yeah, do some more. Do some more.
Excellent. We'll do some more.
You know, Rodney Dangerfield was doing stand-up.
Yes.
And he bummed a cigarette from the audience, and he said, "You got a light? I don't do magic." I just thought that was a great line.
Well, that's not bad. That's pretty good.
You don't smoke those cigarettes?
I don't smoke.
Okay.
Well, I have a rabbit, though. Here we go.
You had to do that. You got to have the rabbit.
Let me take out...
Do you ever work with live animals, like doves and
when
things like
I was younger,
that?
I had a rabbit for many, many years, and then he joined the union, wanted more money. I'm kidding. But I did have a rabbit. I used to have a rabbit when I was younger, doing kid shows and everything like that. And I had that one for, oh gosh, maybe 8 or 9 years when I was a teenager, and just traveled all over. I said, I've been trying doing magic with our rabbits, and it worked, you know, and stuff. You know, rabbits are a lot of responsibility too. You know, you got to take care of them and make sure they're...
And of course they breed.
Yes, very easily, they breed very easily. Let's take out a paper bag over here.
Okay.
There we go. Let's open up the bag. And let me show you something that's really unusual over here. And we have a bottle of ketchup, as you can see.
Oh boy.
There we
It's
go.
going to get messy.
It's going to get messy. We're going to place it inside,
All right.
all the way down like that. Now, by snapping my fingers, Dennis, watch. It's going to disappear from the bag. Watch, Kayla. 1, 2, 3. It's gone. Thank you very much. The hard part is to make it come back. Watch. There it is over here. Thank you very much. Any questions?
It didn't go away, though.
Oh, we didn't go away? We'll do it again. If I snap it like that, watch. Wave my hand over like that, it's gone. By going like that, snapping it once again, it's back right over here. No.
But you were holding on to it, though.
Well, you know what? That's not really a good trick, is it? Let's get rid of that. One more. Let me
You
do.
sly dog.
We do another
More
one with
cards,
the
big cards.
Big cards over here. These are large cards, but let us not say I don't play with a full deck, because they are split in half. Hold on to that, and I have the other half over here. There we go.
I've heard of, you know,
Yeah, they're all. In fact, you know what? We're
we're
take
counting
that.
cards.
We're gonna counting. Yeah, I don't. No, that's cheating. But magicians never cheat, do they? Are these all different over here?
Those are all different.
All different over here. We're going to do something unusual over here. There we go. We'll do a little mind reading. I want to read your mind. Keep an eye on these cards. They are all different. I want you to place your finger on the back of one of these large cards, the half of that.
Anyone.
There we go. Anyone you like.
That one right there.
Okay, we'll bring it to the top. There it is over there. And we'll place that right about there, Dennis. Hold it tight. There we go. He had a free selection of any one of these cards. There they are. Now we have the other half over here. And we'll just place that right there for a moment. And let's see, remember, you could have had any selection of any one. These are all different as well, are they? They certainly are. In fact, what I will do myself is I'll go, let's see, let's try this one right here.
Okay.
Let's see, this one right here, bring it to the top. There we go, and I'll place that right about there. There we go. And let's place that over here. Now, Dennis.
Now, just explain to me, why are these cut? Why?
Well, because you know what? We're going to try to match them up. Wouldn't that be a really cool trick if that worked? Because you had a free choice, right?
Yeah,
And
they
I
were
had
all
a free
different.
choice. They were all different.
Okay.
And
Free will, baby.
Take yours. Let me see if it matches perfectly. Here we go. Watch. Let me see. I believe that's a perfect match.
Well, it is on that side, but how about?
Well, you selected looks like the Ace of Hearts. Mm-hmm. Perfect match, Dennis.
Fantastic.
Over there.
We do good work.
There we go.
I've met-
You and I are going to travel.
My first foray into the field of illusion.
What
else you got in your stuff?
Let's do one. This is one I learned when I was about 9 years old.
Okay.
One of my first
An
magic
oldie but a
tricks.
goodie.
An oldie. It's called Professor's Nightmare. And it has to do with 3 pieces of rope. This time, you take that in your hand. I want you to pull it tight. Make sure it's just a solid piece. And Dennis, I have another piece over here, which we'll call the middle piece of rope. Take that in your hand. Mm-hmm. There we go. Solid?
Solid.
Solid. And this is a larger piece over here.
3 pieces,
3
different
pieces
lengths.
of rope. There we go. Take that in your hand. I want you to pull it tight. Okay. Now examined everything, right? I want you to take, give me the small piece first. We'll take the small one over here. Watch the small one. That's the small one right there. And the middle one, you have the middle one. We'll call that the middle one
here.
right there. That goes right over here like that. There we go. And the large one over here goes right about there. We're gonna let go of that for a moment. There we go. 3 different pieces of rope, right? Watch. Keep an eye on it. We're going to take the small one, goes over here like that.
Okay.
Followed by the middle one goes over here like this.
Right.
The large one goes over here like that. By taking all 3 pieces and stretching them out, they're all even now over here. There's 1, 2, 3 even pieces of rope. Let's count them. That's 1 and that's 2. I want you to pull on those 2. And pull on that one.
Yeah.
Solid?
Yeah,
there
very
we
much
go.
so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, they were all different lengths.
They were.
Now they're the same, right?
Yeah.
We're going to let go for a moment because here we go. There's 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Let's take a little bowl over here I brought with me. Make sure that it's empty. Is that empty?
That is empty.
And we're going to place that inside all the way down. We'll give them a little shake over here. There we go. Watch. I think it did work. Let's take out this piece. That's the small one. There we go. I think it did work. Let me see. And that's the middle one.
Mama bear, Papa bear, and baby bear.
And my first trick when I was 9 years old.
That's
There it is
fantastic.
over
You
here.
really learned that at 9. Well, I tell you,
learned that at
it
9.
stood the test of time. I tell you,
It
because
certainly
I
did. It
like
certainly
that
did.
bowl too.
You like that bowl? There we go.
That bowl go back away to a long time.
There we go. Perfect.
You have a lot of pride. I like props. Props
Oh,
are great.
props
yeah.
are great. You know, when I do magic shows, I have usually cases to bring in and stuff like that. Comedy clubs, not as much so because I do a lot of comedy off the people and stuff like that, and different things. But we'll do one more. How about one more? Is that
Yeah, well,
good?
yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Well, let me put this away over here.
Are you referring to that ominous? And speaking of ominous, that table looks very ominous.
Oh, shall we do that?
Yeah.
Absolutely, we can do that. There we go. This table, they say it's kind of a spooky kind of table. I'm not sure, but
It looks like it belongs in
Yeah.
church. You have the holy water on it
it
there
should.
too.
We have a little candle over here. Let's light this up. There we go. There we go. And would you hold on to that for
Absolutely.
me, Pablo? Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to show the table over here to be, actually, I don't know if we'll just take it like this and show you anything underneath that table over here.
Nothing at all.
Underneath that table. There we go. We'll push back just a couple feet over here. There we go. Thank you so much. We're going to take that candle, though. I'll place that right on the table. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Right about there. There we go. Perfect. Now, here we go. Let's see if we can do this. Let's take both ends of the cloth over here like
You
this.
need my help?
Oh, not yet.
Oh, not yet,
We'll
okay.
push back.
Oh,
You
good,
can help me
good.
in a moment, though.
Okay.
There we go. Keep an eye and watch very slowly.
Now I want the other Steve to start playing some eerie music because this is pretty bizarre.
All the way around it goes. The floating table. And all the way around.
Must be jelly because jam don't shake like that. I love that.
There we go. But I need your help, though.
Okay.
I'll tell you,
Certainly.
let's move this over here like that. There we go. And let's take, I want you to take both ends of the cloth right about there. Here's one.
Oh boy.
Right there, yeah. And there you go, perfect.
This is supernatural,
And I'll take
man.
both ends right about here.
Okay.
There we go. We're going to go around the table,
Okay.
too. There we go. Thanks, Dennis. There we go. Bring it all the way up.
I'm doing
There we
it.
go.
I'm actually.
You're doing it. Yeah, step back a couple feet. We'll bring it all the way back. You're doing good. There we go. Go around that table over here. There we go. You're doing good. All the way around. Perfect. All the way up. Bring it all the way up. Look underneath. Check it out. Make sure nothing underneath there. Bring it all the way down.
There is nothing
You're
underneath.
doing good. You're doing
Holy
good.
moly.
Oh, let go for a moment. Let go
I
for
can
a
let go?
moment. Yeah, let go for a moment. Bring it all the way. There we go.
What happened to gravity?
I have no idea, but let's bring it all the way back down. All the way. There we go. The floating table. Here we go.
Oh, when you do this act in clubs, do you put the eerie music on?
I do actually. I do.
Yeah,
Different stuff like
yeah.
that. There we go. There's the table. We'll place that right about
Standard
there.
issue, run-of-the-mill table.
Here we go. And that's the floating table.
That's a marvelous act. I really love it.
Thank you.
I love it. Yeah,
Thank you, folks.
by all means. Steve, it's a pleasure having you here.
Well, thank you so much, Dennis.
And,
I had a great time here being on the Randy Mo Show.
Take a bow.
Well, thank you, folks. Thank you for watching out there. And if you want to go to my website, it's magicsteve.com. And I perform at campgrounds, any venue around here in Maine, so check me out. You can go to presto13@hotmail.com. That's my email address, or text me at 508-926-9955. And thanks once again.
Do you do sideshows, though?
I
That's
do
the key thing.
sideshows,
All right.
yes.
The bearded lady, man. The bearded lady. You got to
Can't
love
beat
that.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate that.
When she gets a shave, she looks great.
Oh, my goodness.
Everybody, Steve Charette, thanks for joining us again tonight, guys. We'll look forward to seeing you next week. I'm Dennis Coffey for Randy Morris and the Randy Mo Show. We'll see you soon. Good to see you.
Thank you, sir. Good job.